from Dublin. This is Jer here from Learning English Pro. I'm delighted to be on live with you today. I just thought I'd come to the park and I hope the signal's good and you can hear me and see me and everything is well with you. It's just a beautiful evening here in Dublin. I've been working all day, so I just thought, why not just skip out to the park? I'm in the middle of listening to some classical music at the moment, just for a project, which I'll tell you a little bit about in a bit. We're going to have a business chat. There's a bit of wind, so I hope the microphone's not picking it up. If it is, let me know. But yeah, beautiful evening here in Dublin. This is the Eco Park. I'll probably have a little walk around, but it's just like a little residential park that's new, and it's eco because it's very kind of nature vibes. It's all about the animals and letting things kind of overgrow, and let things be very wild. So it's just like really lucky to have it. Just I've lived in this area for a long time. Hello, everybody. Hi, Patrick. Hi, Ebru. Nice to see you again. So yeah, this is just a really nice eco park that they only installed in the area a few years ago, but it's just really beautiful and serene. There's nice. I'm sitting in this kind of park sitting area. There's apartments over there. It's kind of integrated into the local community. So yeah, no, it's really nice. And just I had a busy day, so I just thought I'd come over, have a little walk, and just take some deep breaths and just chill out a bit. So, as I said, I'm listening to some music at the moment. I'm listening to some classical music and some different types of music just for a business project that I'm doing at the moment. So, I have my own company now, and I help people with their social media, their marketing, all that kind of thing. Hi, Azog. How are you, brother? Nice to see you again. Yeah, so I'm doing my business now as well as YouTube. Hey, Leonidas. Hi, how are you? I'm very well, thank you. I'm just chilling out here in the eco park. Actually, come on, we'll take a little walk around because I came into this quiet little area just to kind of have some privacy, but we're public, so I might as well. There's lots of people around. Well, maybe not, but you're going to see it now in a minute. So thanks to all of you for joining me. I'm very well. I'm feeling very happy and joyous, really. Life is really good. I had a great time in London and I'm back and I'm working hard. So I'll just show you. I'm just walking into the kind of eco park area. There's the sun setting here. It's beautiful. And then we have around here. Hi, Ebru. Oh, no, it's no problem. I hope you had a chance to visit Tate Modern. I didn't get to see the Tate Modern in London, actually. I didn't. I kind of wanted to go, but I ended up going to the British Museum. And yeah, but definitely Tate Modern is on my to-do list. But next time, I hope to go to London many, many more times in the future. And, there's a great set of friends there, lovely people that I met. So yeah, so I'll just show you more of the eco park. You can see like they have the grass here kind of mowed, but then it gets wild over here, so there's probably lots of animals and people, well, not people, lots of different types of birds and stuff. But they have some nice sculptures in the park, which I'll show you as well. I love it over here. Like, I really love coming here. So I hope everyone's well. I'm just having a really good time, nice evening. I just had a really good dinner with my parents. My uncle's over. I'll show you one of the sculptures now. The one thing I don't understand is why the park has been here for like 5 years, but they still have the sculptures enclosed in these fences. So I just don't understand. And they come and they cut the grass and then they put the fences back. But this is one of the sculptures now. It's all about the local wildlife. So I'll make sure I get the camera up so you can see. It's a fox and her little cub. So I hope you were able to see that. Let me just make sure. Yeah. But they have them beside these cages. I don't understand. Because they cut the grass. So I thought maybe they would leave these cages here so they could, all the grass could grow around. But they just have left them. I don't know why. I mean, if people are going to vandalize them, they're going to vandalize them. That's part of the story. But there's a few more things I'll show you. But this is a really nice. It's only, it's quite close to my house in Dublin. Yeah, like there's people over there. play football, kids, parents, lots of kids. Um, and the guy down here, they have some exercise equipment. So there's people who come to the park and exercise as well. It's all very, I'll see if I can just take a little quick image. I don't want to showcase the person, but I'll show you someone just using the machinery. But they also have, oh, here's something nice as well. And I can lift my phone over the barrier. There is the fence here, but this is a beautiful chair, a beautiful bench that they've carved into a whole piece of wood. And it's like all about bees. Hang on, I'll show you. So it's really cool. You can see bees over there and a sunflower, and then there's frogs on this side, but and then there seems to be like some more insects, but I don't really get it. There's a kid coming along, so there might be some noise. I'll let them pass. But isn't that lovely? But again, it's behind a fence. They come in, they come in, they cut the grass, and then they put the fence back. So I don't know why it's there. We can't use it or sit on it. I mean, if people are going to come and graffiti it, isn't that just part of life and stuff? So some people walking by. So yeah, but they have other things in the park that are great for animals. So a computer engineer, hello from India. Hello there. Nice. Thanks for joining me from India. If you don't know, I'm in Ireland, in Dublin. So it's a beautiful August evening here. It's starting to get a bit cold here. We can feel the season changing a little bit, but we're lucky here. It's 8:30 in Dublin, and the sun is still there. Maybe just a few more minutes and it'll be set. But yeah, lovely, fresh air, good feeling. Yeah, good vibes. Really good day in business. Like, I can't go into a lot of things that I did today with my business, but it was a really successful day. I'm developing a product. It's not anything that I really will ever push on Learning English Pro. It's just part of my overall business plan and new businesses that I'm running and helping. But I'm developing a new product. It's a product for the home. It's a lifestyle product. It's decorative, and it has some multi-sensory things going on, sights, sounds, interactions, maybe some magical things, and some story, some narrative. So, me and my collaborator, who is my cousin Orla, could you please make some video on British accents, how to learn and practice any speak? Yes, yes, I am Irish, but I do know British accents. So you're hearing an Irish accent right now, but yeah, I do a lot of British and American English. Like on most of my videos, I'll break it down if there is differences between British English and American English. But are you doing a particular, you're an engineer, so you want engineering English? I do have some engineering stuff on my channel, some engineering videos and stuff, so you should check those out. Some of them might be part of the membership. So I'll just show you guys quickly. We're still in the Eco Park. These are the exercise machines. They are, I'm sure they're very common around the world now, but they're great to have in the community. Like anyone, you don't have to pay or anything like that. So and they're right inside the trees. Really, really nice, you know. I like what they're kind of doing, kind of being a little bit more naturey with the design and the areas and stuff. But yeah, back to the product idea. Thank you, Confused Engineer, for your idea. I'll have a look into doing some more British accent stuff. You know, British accent stuff is really close to Irish English. So I'm not actually. I was going to try and get on, but I don't think on live I'm going to. I don't think that's a bad idea. But yeah, so today was all about researching the new product and seeing. Basically, me and my cousin, my collaborator, we went into the city centre and had a look around shops and stores and different things that are kind of related to the product itself. You know, places where we might want to sell the product, places that were competitive to the product, all those kind of different aspects. You know, and we also went to different shops to get different ideas, not to steal ideas, but to get inspiration. You know, how did they do it? How can we get the idea and do it better with our own spin? You know, you have to look, and you know, even doing YouTube, that's what a lot of time on YouTube you're doing is you're seeing what works, what videos get successful, and you're trying to repeat the pattern over and over, very slightly. So just for instance, one of my most successful videos is 100 phrases for nurses. So I've done videos for beginners nurses, intermediate nurses, all different types of contexts of nurses. So you just kind of repeat what works. We have another comment from a confused engineer. Thank you so much. You're currently number one on the chat, so congratulations for your contributions. Most of the Indian working professional and student struggle a lot in learning ELTS exam, so it would be very helpful if you make videos on this. Yeah. So the ELTS exam, is that similar to the OET exam? I haven't heard of this exam yet. So, and is this particular to India? Or is it like an international one? So just let me know a little bit in this chat if you can about that exam. IELTS. Oh yeah, sorry, IELTS. Oh, sorry, I missed out the I on the start. IELTS. Yeah, that's quite common. Like that's well known, and that was part of my training. So yeah, I have done a lot of that kind of stuff, especially with lots of different professions on the channel. So engineering, science, business, academic, English. I've been doing the channel for 7 years, so there's lots and lots of content there. But yeah, IELTS, no problem at all. And really any type of exam, you want me to cover OET for medical. There's the TESOL exams, TEFL exams. There's so many. Hi Zoe, how are you? Thanks for saying hi. Let me know where you're all commenting from and saying hello from. So we're in the eco park for anyone that's just joined. I'm just out for a walk today. There is a cat coming up, so I'm going to flip the camera around. She looks a little bit scared, but she's kind of just approaching me, so I'm going to flip the camera around so you can see her. She's coming closer. You see her? Hello. Now, if she attacks me on camera, I will... No, she's running. Oh, she's gone. I would show you where she's gone, but I'd have to show you. Well, maybe we can have a little look. Here we go. Hang on. No, she's going away. I'll show you. We're just under an underpass. So she's going. I'm good, Zoe. I'm good. I'm very good. Thank you. I'm glad you're good too. Thank you so much. I'm so sorry. I hit the wrong button. Whoops. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Ebru N. You're a star. Thanks for letting me know. So I'll just tell you exactly what I was talking about. So I was talking about this area and just showing you a little bit more around. So there's all apartments here. These are all new apartment builds. And then we have more apartments across here. So the eco park kind of goes between two areas of apartments. Apartments on this side and apartments on this side. This used to be all farmland. Uh, thanks, Zoe. Thanks, everyone. I'm so sorry for my accident. Um, and then over here, this area here, this very clear area here, I'll walk a little bit towards it so you can see. This area was a dump where we used to dispose of all the local waste, all the household waste, dirty, smelly stuff. So they stopped dumping here about 20 years ago. And when they close a dump, a garbage dump, what we do is they put cement on top and they put different systems in. And this is called capping a dump, putting a cap, a literal, like a hat on top of it. So we're going to walk up now. I'll show you in a minute. But basically, you have to wait for about 20 minutes, 20 years for the gases and all the really bad stuff to kind of be released from. So it's really dangerous kind of ground to be on. It's toxic. But after about 20 years, everything kind of settles down and it becomes a little bit more safe. So what they do then is you can't really build on it. You can't have houses on it because you still have those gases and things. But what we're getting soon is a new park. And I'll just show you. It looks a little bit like Teletubby Land to me at the moment. And there's lots of electricity lines going over it. But here it is. So you can see this is the electricity line. This is all of it here. And it's huge. Like, it's very hilly, obviously, because they have to cover the garbage. But it goes on and on. And this will be like a new park that will have, you know, trails, walks. I don't know if they'll have ponds. I don't know if ponds are possible on top of a dump. But it's a nice new addition, to the area. And this area, like you can see all the new apartments. These are all brand new apartments that are in the area. I'm actually going to start walking back. And these go up all the way, just up to, I'm near the Dublin Mountains. The mountain I'm near is called a Three Rock Mountain, and the houses are right up to the mountain now. So lots of development, lots of new people in the area, lots of diversity, and yeah, the area has really grown and developed. When I moved here, it was much smaller. It was very isolated, but now it's like a proper suburb of Dublin City, and it's really nice. So, how's everyone doing? I have lots of new viewers. Thanks, guys, for joining me. I'm just out for a walk in the evening in the local park. I've had a really nice day of business and work, and really fulfilling with all my new ventures. And I'll be revealing more and more. A lot of the stuff that I'm working on is new and hasn't been released and is in concept at the moment. So it's just about really getting those things together. And when they're ready, I'll be able to share them with you. Products, how I do business, all those kind of things. And that will help with IELTS and all those different kind of aspects that you want to learn about. Because everything that we're talking about, even if we're coming over talking about the park, you're going to be listening and getting like information and vocabulary. And if I say anything that you don't understand, just ask. Just drop a comment in the question in the chat. And yeah, so it's getting a bit cold, I will admit, but it's still a beautiful evening. So, and what else did I do today for business? So, I'm helping someone think about their own social media channel. A friend I met in London, and he's thinking about starting his own YouTube channel. So, I'm just giving him some pointers and things like that. Really nice guy. Really glad to be able to mentor someone. I think, after doing YouTube for 8 years or so, excuse me, it's nice to be able to help someone and share, the knowledge. It's a very daunting task. Even doing a live like this, it's still a little bit intimidating, You like to see the trees, Zoe? Yeah, there's lots of trees around. I'll show you now. But yeah, have a look over here. Yeah, nice trees. There's people walking by. It's that you always get the vibe that people think you're insane talking to yourself. But yeah, there's nice trees. These trees are all old, but they kept them. They kind of kept it. They built the eco park kind of in between the new, residential developments. So, and there's lots of trees up here. I'm just walking. This is the underpass. So it's like just a bridge, basically. But yeah, loads of trees over here, apartments, and then more trees up here. So, but more fencing. And it's here. It's been here for 5 years. I don't understand. So, I will come to live in your city. Well, I always say Dublin is a lovely place. Really, really beautiful place to live. Really friendly people. It's not without its problems, but we do have a lot of trees. We do, but I think we could have some more. So, yeah. What are you guys up to this evening? Let me know in the comments what you're doing. I know you're watching me, but do you have any plans? I just had a delicious dinner. It was so good. So good. I had roast lamb, potatoes, soybeans, broccoli, cheese, and gravy. It was really good. My mum is a great cook. She cooks really delicious food, and my uncle came down to us for dinner. So yeah, it was really nice. And yeah, just another day. I have to go back. It's late, but I'm going to do a little bit of work this evening, and I'm just going to chill. Might talk to a friend this evening, maybe, and just see how the evening goes. Yeah, Zoe, it was very yummy. Yeah, very, very, very yummy. And I had a roast in, I don't know if you were with me the other day. It's hard to remember all these chats. Um, but I had a huge big roast in Dublin, in London. It was lovely, but there's no food like your mama's food, is there? So, yeah, lots of people around. I'm trying to be a little bit discreet now. 1 second. So, yeah, lots of people around. Lots of joggers. There's a jogger coming up now. There we go. So I'll have to start running soon. I really have to get fit. But, it's a little bit intimidating. And I'm just so busy all the time. Where do you find the time to get fit, huh? Hard to squeeze it in, hard to remember. I'm just so comfortable being on my phone creating or on my computer or just thinking, you know. Sometimes I just forget that I need to get out and exercise and get some fresh air. I think it's just so important. There's more people. There's people exercising on the machines now. Watch. I'll just stretch this around. You can see. Zoe, you're starting to train in hospital, so you need to watch my video as well. There's lots and lots and lots of medical English on the channel, so you're spoiled for choice. And if you have any requests, just let me know. I'm going to do my next medical video will be on. I'll make the announcement now to the 8 people who are watching. Thank you for staying with me. The next medical video I'm going to do is on cardiology. I'm going to do vocabulary, phrases, sentence examples, just um, relevant contexts, vocabulary, everything related to cardiology. So I hope that's going to be useful to you. And I've done lots of different contexts in medical English, pediatrics, pregnancy, palliative care, instruments, hospital vocabulary, hospital phrases, patient phrases, healthcare, you name it. The last year I've really worked hard to really, grow my catalogue. Sniffles, sorry. Grow my catalogue of medical English videos. So there's tons and tons there for you to learn. And if you want anything specific, if I can make it for you, some things I can't make with YouTube. I'm not a doctor, I'm an English teacher. I have a lot of experience in, Jesus Christ, there's a bird coming towards me. Sorry. He's like going direct. Sorry, these kind of things are going to happen on live, guys. Um, uh, Sorry. The bird was like literally coming straight for my head and it just dived at the last moment. Sorry. If you ever want a type, there's some things I can't do on YouTube. I can't really make recommendations of medical stuff. But being an English teacher, I've worked in clinical environments for over 20 years. And as an English teacher, I've taught medical English now for years and years. Hello, thank you for joining me. You want to teach US English in a lab? Wow, that's very specialized. I have had some people ask me about laboratory English, so maybe we need to do a lesson on laboratory English, doing samples, tests, all those kind of things. That's a really good idea. So yeah, that will be coming in the next few weeks. Thank you for the suggestion. Hello to everyone that's joining. We're just in the park, in my local park, just having a nice walk in the evening, getting some fresh air. I'm in the middle of listening to for the new product I'm developing. I want to kind of create a very nice vibe. So I'm looking at the moment into music I can use in the ad campaigns for that. So when you're picking music for ad campaigns, you need to go for music that's called something. It's called music that is in the public domain. And that basically means, sorry if there's wind, everybody. And that means that the music is free to use if you want to use it in an advertisement or a post on Instagram or TikTok. So, like, I'm looking into classical music, kind of old music, all of that. So, business is always interesting because you never know when you're creating a product, you know, what area you need to go in, what you need to do. So there's always lots to consider. And I like to have everything ready, you know, be prepared, try and cover everything from every angle. And AI is a great tool for everything really these days. I mean, it's just getting better and better. So especially with learning English, Zoe, to you, use ChatGPT. You can have conversations with the ChatGPT. There are limits on how much you can use, but definitely you can have a quick chat every evening about a context. Ask ChatGPT to ask to be a colleague in the lab. You know, say there's a problem with a test, create a context, and then have a small, short conversation. Ask ChatGPT to correct your English in real time. It's a fantastic way, and it's essential, you know. And as a YouTube English teacher, you know, for me to, you know, I'm just very honest because AI is the future. You know, I think using everything in conjunction, you know, watching medical English dramas is a great idea. There's ER, there's Grey's Anatomy. You learn a language and you get entertained. Just make sure to have the subtitles on all the time. Yeah, it's hard, Zoe, because you have the problem of you probably might have to learn it for work, and that brings a pressure where maybe you're not necessarily that into it, you know, and that's often the case for people, and that's very understandable. You know, I dated an Italian person for 8 years, and I really didn't want to learn Italian. I was not interested in learning I just wasn't interested. Not because I didn't want to speak to their family. I, try, I just tried to learn as much as I could, but I just kind of intimidated and bored about it, you know. And apart from being with the family for 2 weeks of the year, I had no other use for it, you know. So yeah, it's hard to get motivated, but maybe try, you know, entertainment, watching English medical dramas and even comedies. You know, there's going to be lots of medical English in those. There's going to be medical context. There's going to be the patient of the week, and watch with the subtitles, and at least you might get entertained by a good story. You know, what other ways? But AI entertainment. If I can help here on the channel, YouTube. Um, yeah. How about reading? Do you like reading? Maybe there's some nice medical journals or, you know, essays that you'd like to read, if that's kind of more your vibe of, instead of learning the language, learn the information, and maybe just the English will come with that, you know. It's hard when you're doing it for a job, you know, because if the motivation. So sorry, I have some questions. Hebrew, and can I use AI to practice southern accent? Yeah, you could. They do have different voices on it, so you could check and see if they have a southern accent voice. Um, Another thing you can do is there's a website called 11 Labs, and it's generative text to speech, and I'm pretty sure they have some Southern American accents on it there. But yeah, there's lots of ways you can try, because the AI would know, you know, the inflections of the Southern accent. So if you want to try, you know, the Southern accent, if you're talking, I hope you're just talking about the American Southern accent. I think are you in Georgia, Irbrew? Sorry. But the Southern accent is very drawn out. They speak very slowly. Yes, sorry, Irbrew. So the Atlanta one, I mean, you have a mix in Atlanta, you know, because you have, you know, the Atlanta, the city vibe, there's a big black population in Atlanta, so they would have, you know, a lot of their own kind of cultural speak or whatever. Then you have like the American white, people, and they're kind of more country. And then as you go more south, the accent changes, So there are a few different variations in the southern accent. You could have, aren't you? Yeah, Afro accent. Yeah, the Afro accent is difficult because there's a lot of street language involved, you know, and it is a little bit difficult to decipher. The Afro accent, probably maybe listening to some Afro music, some rap music, might be a good way to do that. Really just engage with that culture because it's a rich, rich culture and there's so much there. The black population in Atlanta has a rich history and it's really worthwhile engaging with great black actors from over like the last 100, 200 years. And of course, the narrative of slavery and all of that Jim Crow and everything, which still lingers in the American, situation. So, yeah, I would just try and explore through a cultural way, engage with maybe different films and things, really, really focus on the subtitles. You know, it's difficult. It's difficult, especially when you're in Ireland, we're a small country, but we have lots of different accents. So if you learn if you learn English in Dublin, and then go down to a different part of the country, you might have a lot of difficulty. Especially even just in Ireland and the UK, the mix, the difference between Irish people, how they speak, and Scottish people is very, very different. I have a Scottish friend, and sometimes I cannot understand some of the things she says to me, And really, context is key. Really, really trying to identify the context, picking out key words. But with the southern accent, it's very charming. It's very kind of referential in American culture and stuff, and it's quite beautiful. I don't want to inflict my accents on you, but the American, I'll do a little bit of an accent for you. This way, someone's walking by, and I don't want to sound like an American. Hi, but so in American English, they kind of talk like that, very slow, very like that, very considered, very punctuation on some of the vocabulary and the vowels. But you can see from how I speak quite quickly. Southern Americans are known to draw out. It's called a drawl, where they draw out the words. Is that right? Did I get it right, Hebrew? Yeah, yeah. I do. I love doing accents. So, yonder. Yeah, they say yonder, yonder, over there. Yeah, 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 yeah. So maybe I'll do some more accents for you guys. Um, I do a British accent as well. I do all the British accent. I do London, and then you go to Manchester, then you go to Liverpool, and they have lots of different accents everywhere. So yeah, yeah. But I think I think if you just try and tune into it, tune into the culture, watch some local TV shows, watch the news, subtitles always, always on. You're in London. Oh, London. Yeah, London's a great place. London, wow, amazing, amazing. But okay, guys, I have to go back home. YouTube tells me that I can't film anywhere near my home for safety and security. So as you can imagine, people can track down where I live. So I have to stop here and I need to go home and get myself ready for work tomorrow. I'm going to the office for the very first time for the whole day. So thanks everybody for joining me. It's been really funny with the accents. Maybe I'll try and do a different accent every day. Thank you so much. I'm about to cross the road, so I'm going to go. Have a lovely evening, everyone. Thanks for joining me. And I'll see you maybe tomorrow evening for a chat. Take care. Bye.